Guess who's back? Back again. Mrs. Dell's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Stop.
Guess who's back?
Stop.
I've got a unicorn horn for a...
Stop.
That's right. I got the wife back for another beginner's tutorial on Procreate. Seems like a lot of people like the first one, so hopefully you guys will join us for this one as well. Also, stay tuned. During the video, I'm going to announce the winner for the iPad Pro giveaway, so you don't want to miss out on that. Are you excited?
I am.
You ready?
I've done nothing since the last video.
Yeah, so I said this before in the first video. She had never touched Procreate before, never drawn with the Apple Pencil before. Some people were not believers in the comment section, said, you don't have to lie to us. We know that she's used it before. No. And she's not used it since. So
I'm such a slacker.
This is time number 2. It's been a few months, but it seemed like everybody liked it. So
Okay, let's try it.
let's do it. You know what we're drawing today?
No.
We're going to draw your favorite animal.
We're drawing a giraffe.
We're drawing a giraffe, people.
Yay!
So buckle up, Buttercup. It's about to get real. So let's get started. Okay, to start out, I'm using the iPad Pro. This is a Gen 4 2020 model, 12.9 inch with the Apple Gen 2 pencil. Mrs. Dell is using a Gen 1 iPad Pro, 12.9 inch with the Gen 1 Apple Pencil. I've already got Procreate loaded up here, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start a new canvas. So the plus button up here. And I think we're probably going to use a lot of layers this time. And I know people out there without pros are going to run out of layers if we start on a big canvas. So I think starting out on 1,000 by 1,000 pixel canvas is what we need to do. So if you hit this plus button right there, the folder, and width, we're going to go 1,000. And then height, go to 1,000. Attention, yep, there we go. And 300 dpi gives us 250 layers, so we're going to be good here. We're not even going to come close to 250, but that way nobody runs out. So go ahead and hit create. We'll pull up the canvas. There we go. We're all set. Now if you go ahead and go up to your color picker there,
This
the
one?
circle, yep.
All right.
I've already got the palette loaded in to yours right there.
Okay.
I've also put this up on the website. If you guys go to bjdell.com, you can download this palette. I know a lot of people have problems with this for some reason. The reason I do it like this, I just basically take a screenshot, I put up the palette as just a JPEG. All you have to do is download the palette and then go up to your wrench icon and go to add and then insert a photo. Once the photo is in here, then you just have to long press the colors of the palette. Rather than trying to share a palette, some people don't know how to import that, so it's a lot easier this way. So you guys can follow along with the exact palette that we've got. So let's start out with the first color, which is that yellow one. All right.
Okay.
So we're good to go. The first thing we're gonna do, it's your favorite part. I don't know why, seriously.
I can't draw a circle.
When people said like, oh, she's used this before. Did you watch her draw a circle the first time? Seriously, did you think she's used this before? Are you?
It's so bad.
So let's try this again. Circle, hold down, and then another finger to lock it in. There we go. Oh, you let up too quick. So 2 fingers on you. 2 fingers. All right, one more time. Try it. Hold there. Hold down. Now your other finger to lock it in. Hold down the other finger. Now let up with your right hand first. There you go.
Okay, now color drop, right?
Yep. So drag and drop it in.
Woohoo!
So this is going to be our head. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and start to warp this. So let's go ahead and go up to our arrow.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to move mine a little bit. Yours is pretty centered. Let's get yours just a little bit bigger. So if we drag the corners out, it's going to make it bigger. And
Good.
yep. So now what we're going to do is we're going to warp this. So hit warp. And then basically we just want to drag in about halfway in this first box right here. Just grab right there, drag that in towards the center. And then we're going to do the same thing here on the right side.
Am I doing this right?
Yep. And just kind of play around with it until it's got a shape that you want. Kind of want it just to kind of narrow off at the top. That's going to be the top of the head up here. And then it's going to get kind of fatter down here at the bottom.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, so go ahead and we can hit any other icon up here just to lock it in.
Okay.
So that's going to be our head. So the next thing that we're going to do is, let's go ahead, go up to our layers. And let's slide this one to the left. And we're going to duplicate. Now, let's go up to our colors here.
Okay.
And let's go to this next one over, this kind of cream color. All right. Now, go back up to your layers. And we want to touch this one once.
The first one?
Yep. And then we want to go down to clipping mask. Okay. Now that we've got that set to clipping mask, it's going to stay, once we start to move this around, it's going to stay inside that first one that we did.
Gotcha.
So let's drag and drop our color over. All right. And then go up to the arrow again. And let's go down to freeform now. And just kind of grab anywhere in the center here and just pull down.
Okay. Anywhere in the center?
Yep. And then start to kind of pull it out to the side. So you've got this snout going on. Yep.
Okay.
Looks good. So go ahead and just hit any icon up here to lock it in. So that's going to be our snout. So let's give this guy a neck next. So if we go up to the layers and let's make a new layer by hitting the plus button. Oops, hit one too many times. All right, now hold down on this one.
Layer 3?
Yep. And then drag it down underneath the bottom layer. Or the first layer one. Right there, yep.
Okay.
All right, so this is gonna be our neck. So for this, all we need to do, just go back up to your color wheel here. Let's go back to that yellow. Then click on your canvas there. And then we're just gonna drag and drop this in. It's gonna fill in the entire thing. Okay, now go up to your arrow. And we're just gonna start to drag this in.
Oh, I see.
This, yeah, so pull it from the left side, and then pull it from the right side, and then pull it down as well. There you go. And let's go ahead and lock that in for now. One thing I know a lot of people complain about is the way that this menu comes up. If your canvas is kind of like this full size right now, and in the center, it blocks that bottom. And we can't really see. So what we're going to do, we've got that locked in. We're going to pinch this.
Oh.
Pinch the whole screen to make it smaller. There we go. And now we're going to bring back up our arrow. Now we can see this down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to warp, because we kind of want this to curve. So we're going to start pulling in from about right there. And that's just going to make this have a nice little curve to it.
Okay.
Looks pretty good. All right, so we'll go ahead and lock it in. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and give this guy some ears. So let's go up to our layers. And let's go ahead and make a new layer. And then kind of off here to the side, we're just going to draw just pretty much like an oval. Just hold it down. And this is just like we did with the circle, so you want to hold it until it locks. We're not going to use our finger to make it a perfect circle. We're just going to do it so if you watch that again, just like that.
Oh, I have to do it the whole way.
Yeah, it's got to be the whole way because we're going to fill it in.
Okay,
if it's not the whole way around, it's not going to allow you to drag and drop the colors in.
Can't make an oval either. And then...
Don't have to hold down your finger.
Nope. Okay.
And then just go ahead and drag and drop. And yours is actually in a really good spot. I've got to change mine around, but yours is, I would say, pretty much perfect where you would want it.
Okay.
So how about that? All right, so we've got the first ear there. Let's go ahead and go up to your layers again, slide that ear to the left and hit duplicate. Now we've got two of the same one, so this is going to be the inside color of the ear. So let's go back up to our color wheel and going over to the fourth one over. It's going to be next to that orange. That's going to be the inside color. So we're just going to drag and drop that in there. Okay, so now we just need to make that smaller so we can see that yellow part behind it. So let's go up to our arrow again. And then just kind of pinching in, we'll just make this smaller so it sets inside there.
Maybe I should just
maybe you should just use the sides then, yeah. Oh, and then you're on warp right now, so go ahead and undo it. Just hit 2 fingers back, and then go ahead to go to freeform.
Gotcha.
There we go. Want it?
I think I want it there.
Okay, so go ahead and just hit one of the icons up here, lock it in. All right, so we're good there. Now we need to get that right ear over to the left side. So we're going to use these. We still want them to be separate layers though. So now that this one's highlighted, go ahead and slide this one over to the right as well.
The layer 4?
Yep, slide that to the left or the right. There you go. Oh, do it one more time. You want them both blue. So these are both selected, so now we can go into group, and those are going to combine into a group. And then now go up to new group, there we go, and we're going to slide that to the left, and then we're going to hit duplicate. So now we've got a right ear and a left ear. They're both stacked on top of each other right now, so we need to flip it over. So we're going to go up to our arrow again. And now, with freeform selected, we want to make sure magnetic is selected. This is going to keep it on the same plane once we start dragging it across. And we're going to flip horizontal. You'll see now we've got 2. And then anywhere where you're at on the screen, just pull over and slide it to the left-hand side. And you'll see that blue line means that they're on the exact same plane. They're lined up, so you're good. There you go. And then just hit the icon to lock it in.
All right.
Right on. So there we go. Let's see. Next up, let's give this guy, are they called antlers?
I have no idea.
Somebody will tell us in the comments.
Please
I know.
do. No clue.
Whatever the things are on the top, I call them antlers. They're probably not. They probably have some like scientific term.
I'm sure they do. They're just cute.
Let's go ahead and let's see where we're at. I think where we're at right now, we can just go ahead and hit a new layer. So just hit plus. Right. And then we're going to make this the same color as the inside of the ear. So we're on the right color here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better here. Mm-hmm. And then we just need to draw, oh my gosh, it's a circle. Draw a circle here.
He's doing this on purpose.
I am. I was like, what animal can I think of that has the most circles possible? It's a giraffe. Maybe not, but I don't know.
It's still a lot of circles. Come on.
So go ahead and draw a circle. I'm going to go get a drink and warm up some pizza. That'll work. It's an oval, but go ahead and drag and drop and fill it in then. And then just get it kind of positioned wherever you want it to be.
How do I do that?
With the arrow.
What? I feel like I should know this.
And then just, drag it around wherever. If you grab it from there, it's going to change the size of it. So if you go ahead and hit undo. If you grab it from outside of there, you can move it without adjusting the size there. Yes, I probably move it up just a little bit inside. There you go. Right about there. Okay. And then go ahead and hit just your brush to lock it in. Okay. So there we go. We're good. Now let's go ahead and go back up to our layers, make a new layer, and then we're going to drag and drop this one underneath that one.
This one?
Yep. Drag it underneath. There you go. And then for this, pretty much just going to draw a line like that. So with your pencil, just drag and draw a line. With yours, you might need to make the brush size bigger. I'm not sure. Yeah. So on your slider over there, your top left slider, slide that up to make the brush bigger, and then undo it, and then drag it and drop it again.
There we go.
Okay. So now we've got.
Oh,
that's good.
Okay.
So now we've got the left antler. Of course, we need to make the right one now. So Let's go ahead and on layer 10, the round part up at the top, that one, go ahead and click that layer. And then go ahead and slide that to the right. And we're going to duplicate. Go up to your arrow. And we're already on freeform. We're on magnetic. So just grab outside of here and just drag it over. Go. And let go. There we go. And then go back up to your layers. And then our line that we did right there. Yep. Go ahead and slide that to the left and duplicate. Now with this one, I kind of like yours. I've got mine going straight up. Yours kind of curves, which I like. With mine, since it's straight up, I can just drag it over and I'm good. With yours, if you drag it over as it is, it's going to have curves going the same way. So I would go ahead and flip this one. So if you go up to your arrow again and then go down to flip horizontal. Do it one more time there. Okay, there you go. And then just wherever inside the canvas, don't touch on it, but there you go. Drag that over.
All right.
And then go up to your brush. Lock it in. So now we can go ahead and pull out there. Go ahead and, pinch. So we can see, okay, this is what our head looks like so far with the neck. And it is. It's coming along. So next up, let's go ahead and do some eyes. So if we go up to our color palette here, let's go to this dark brown. It's the darkest color that we've got in the palette. So we've got that selected. And then let's go ahead and clean up some of these layers. So go back up to your layers. And the two top parts of the antler, kind of pinch those together. And you did all of them. So go ahead and undo.
Oh, how do I undo that?
2 fingers. Try it again. Hit it again. Nope. Hit it again. There you go. Now go back up there.
Okay.
There you go. So actually here, just go ahead. Since you're on this layer already, let's just grab those and pinch those together.
It's not a circle. It's not that hard. Oh, look.
All right. So we got those pinched, and then pinch the other. Make sure you're on. Good. Okay, it worked.
Okay.
A lot of times, if you've got the one highlighted down here, it makes pinching the other ones harder together.
Okay.
So if you go to the ones you're on and pinch them together, it makes it easier. But you got it. So let's do the eyes. So now we cleaned up some of that. So let's go up to the very top here and hit the plus button for a new layer. This is going to be our eyes. So this we want to do just kind of like an oval. Like that. All right. And then drag and drop. And that's going to be your left eye. You can go up to your arrow and kind of move it around or reposition it as you see fit. Make it bigger or smaller or however you want to do it.
I like it like that.
Okay, so go ahead and hit your button there. Now, I don't have this in the palette because usually if the design requires black or white, I don't put those in the palette because it's pretty easy to get those. Like with this, the background's white right now, so if we just hold down our finger on the background, let go, it's going to change your color selector to white. So we're just going to put kind of the glare in here on the eyes, and to do that, we're just going to kind of put a circle, a bigger one up top.
That's not pretty.
I can't see it.
That's not nice. Okay.
So here's something. If you want to do this, you can do this just like you did the other ones. Just draw
and hold it,
and then hold your finger
Can't
down.
do it with my pen.
Yeah. See, this is why I usually use my finger, because see that spot right there? That's why I usually use my finger. The pen does that depending on what brush you're using. Once again, you didn't hold down your other finger.
No, I didn't. Okay.
zoom in a little bit. Looks a little jaggy. Try it one more time. That you held down too much. With this, if you want to go bigger on this, I think it's going to be easier for you to do. So just go ahead and just make a big circle. Just outside of there, and yeah, lock it in. Then your other finger, and then let go. There you go. So go ahead and drag and drop the color in now. But we're actually on top of this, so that's not going to work. But back out one more time. All right, let's do this.
Can I make my line smaller?
I was going to say make your brush bigger. Now just tap in there, and you should be able to just tap once.
Oh, look at that.
Now, make your brush smaller, and then just tap underneath there again. Maybe a little bit bigger. Make your brush a little bit bigger, and then undo. There we go. Cool. So once again, with yours, it's kind of, go ahead and zoom back out. With yours on this eye, it's kind of, just hit, there you go, zoom out. It's kind of like how you did the antlers up here. So it's kind of tilted to the side. So with this, I would go ahead and go up to your layers and then slide to the left and duplicate. And then usually with mine, I'm just going to move it here. But with yours, I would go back up to the arrow.
Oh, so we can mirror it?
And then, yeah, flip horizontal.
Okay.
And then go ahead and slide that. But with yours, this one, we really want the reflections on the same side. So it's going to look a little bit off like that. So maybe keep it, I don't know, flip it horizontally again. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's going to look a little oblong, kind of. So on this, instead of doing that, turn off magnetic. And then just grab, put two fingers down here, and then just kind of twist and turn. There you go. It's going to get it a little bit better for you.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and lock it in then. Let me get mine back to where I had it. Okay, so you've got the eyes, I've got the eyes. I think we're gonna move on then to the little nostril part.
More circles.
More circles. But with this, we can do this a little bit easier, maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
All right, go back up to your layers. Now that we got both eyes done, let's go ahead and pinch those together. All right, there we go. And let's go ahead and make a new layer. And then we're going to do a circle with this one. We're going to go ahead and go back up to our colors, and we're going to go to the furthest over brown right there.
Okay.
Click on that. And then we're just going to draw a circle. Once again, circles easier to do with your fingers than the pencil, because you're going to get that weird little thing. And you can make it super big. Making them small is super hard, so if you go big with it, we can shrink it down. All right, go ahead and drag and drop the color in there. And then we just need to probably make it a little bit smaller, and then just kind of position it here.
So I'm going where? Pretty far?
Yep. Or with this, since it's a circle, if you want to go to uniform, that way it's going to keep it locked in that same shape that is right now. It's not going to allow you to adjust the shape of it. So kind of shrink it down, maybe pull it off to the side. About right there is good.
Okay.
All right, then go ahead and lock it in there. And then we're going to slide that to the left, and we're going to duplicate it, and then go up to the arrow, and then turn on magnetic again, and then just slide it to the right. Yeah, okay, there we go. We're good. Now we're going to, actually let's make this easy before we do this.
Please.
Go up to your layers again. So we're going to give this guy some little rosy red pink cheeks. So let's slide this to the left, the top one. and duplicate. Go back up to your colors. And then the pink color there to the far right, just drag and drop. Whoops. Whichever one it is. I picked the wrong one.
I think it went off.
Yep, it did. You have to select it again. I think yours is the right one if it's the same one as mine.
This one?
Yeah. See. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back up to our arrow. And probably make this just a tad bit bigger. Or maybe not. It might not be. Kind of want the cheeks to be bigger. So let's go ahead and make it and kind of pull it down here to the side. Probably closer to the edge.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's his cheeks, huh?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
That's good. All right, so we've got that. I'm going to go ahead, and I think yours is pretty good there because of where your nostrils are. I'm going to move mine here a little bit because it's not enough space for the cheeks. Okay, so go back up to your layers then. And we're just going to slide the cheek to the left, and we're going to duplicate. And then go up to our arrow, and then just slide this one across to the other side. Okay, and then just hit something to lock it in. All right, so we're almost there. Last thing we need as far as features go is we need a mouth. So this one you're actually going to have to kind of draw-ish. But let's do some stuff on that.
I think everybody who's watching is making that face going, oh.
So let's clean up some layers first. So let's go up to our layer. And the cheeks, let's go ahead and pinch those together.
Why? Why?
Now you got all three of them. So go ahead and hit undo.
Nope.
Nope, undo it again. Hit it one more time. Nope. One more time. Nope. When you have the layers up and you hit undo, it doesn't do anything. So hit undo, and hit undo again. There you go.
Okay.
All right, so pinch those together.
Sure. I don't know if my nails are getting in the way or what.
Maybe, let's see. I'll do it for you. How about that?
That's a great idea.
All right, so we've got the cheeks pinched together, and then we've got the nostrils pinched together as well. Let's see. The next thing, to free up some more layers, and I'm going to do this for her. If you guys want to follow along here, I'm going to move the cheeks down above the snout, and then I'm going to pinch the cheeks, the nose, the snout, and the head all together. So those are all going to be one layer. So we're going to move these down here, and we're going to pinch all those together. So there we go. So from here, we've got the head selected. Let's go ahead and hit plus button for a new layer. And we're going to do the mouth. So for the mouth, let's go back up to our colors. And let's go with that brown next to the dark brown. So the one in between the dark brown and the pink, that's going to be our mouth color. So going to our brush, let's go up here and let's go to calligraphy and then go to monoline, which, hey, it's already on there for you. So what monoline does, no matter the pressure sensitivity that you press down, I'm doing real light right now or I'm doing super hard, it gives you the exact same line. So it's not built into the pressure sensitivity, it's just one solid. So this is going to make us, or allow us to do a pretty easy line that's going to stay the same size from start to finish. So if we go ahead and start here and then just kind of, I'm gonna make that smaller, and just kind of drag and hold down. So watch this again. If you just kind of go like this, but hold it down and it locks it in.
Okay.
So it's going to give you a smooth line. Let go. There you go. And then we'll just go ahead. I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and shrink yours in just a little bit too.
Wait, with the arrow?
Yep. And then there you go. And then just kind of drag. There you go. centered. Maybe drag it to the left a little bit, just outside. Keep it the same size, just go outside of the canvas. Remember, if you touch outside the canvas, there you go. There we go. And then going back up to our brush, we're just gonna do just a little line here off to the side. So he's got this little kind of off-centered smirk going on. Cute. All right.
It's got character.
It does. So we're done with that. The next thing we've got to do is put all those orange splotches everywhere. The
spots.
The spots. Yeah, that are made up of what's that word? what's that
We're not
word?
even discussing that word anymore.
So we got to do a lot of circles basically. So let's do that next. Go up to your colors. And then let's go to the orange. Got that selected. And then let's go up to our layers. And we're going to do the circles on the neck first. So we go down to the neck and then hit new layer. And then press that layer again and hit clipping mask. Once again, this is going to allow us whatever we color in here is only going to go on that. It's not going to go outside. It's only going to be in there. So from here then, what you can do is just start drawing some circles. And then drag and drop to fill it in. Working?
Nope. There we go.
All right. And then just kind of place these randomly wherever you want to. You can do some big, some small.
That's not a circle.
And really, I mean, they don't have to be perfect because with giraffes, a lot of time, if you do it realistically, they're more kind of like squared off in some areas. But for this, we're just going to keep it with a circle. You might not have it connected. It's a possibility. If you want to, you can go ahead, actually go 3 fingers to redo. This might be easier just if you just color in that section by hand. You can do that.
Hey!
To where that might be easier for you to do if you just go like this. See if that's easier to do if you just... There you go. Might be easier. And then if you want to, you could go bigger with your thing and just press your, once down for a circle. I don't know how big you're at right now, but just try pressing down and seeing. There you go. You do that.
Bigger.
All right. You happy with that?
Sure.
All right. So now we're going to do the same thing to the top of the head. So let's make a new layer. Let's go up to our layer 1 and we're going to hit new layer. Once again, hit that and then clipping mask. And then let's just start drawing some circles. You might work with that if you want to use that. Yeah, there you go. With these, really no rhyme or reason. You can just put them wherever. I just recommend doing them different sizes so that they look different. With that, really all you have to do is just click once. There you go.
I don't know.
Just adjust the size so you got different size ones on there. All right.
Okay.
Looks good. So that's basically our design. So now we're gonna kind of play with some layers here, and then we're gonna add highlights and shadows real quick, and we'll be done.
Okay.
So first thing I'm gonna do, those layers, we're gonna pinch those together.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And then technically we could have used Alpha Lock for this, but I just wanted to show off clipping mask as well, because we're going to do Alpha Lock next. So we pinch together the spots on the neck, pinch together the spots on the head, and next up then, like I said, we're going to start to kind of go in here and add some shadows. So to do this, let's go ahead and let's add shadows to the head, actually the neck first. So let's go down to neck, click on that one. And going up to our colors, we're going to select that darkest brown. And then let's go back up to our layers. And then we're going to make a new layer. There we go. Actually, we are going to use clipping mask for this. So we're going to touch that one and set it to clipping mask, because I do want to adjust the opacity on here. And you can adjust the opacity if you're doing Alpha Lock. It's going to Alpha Lock and change, or it's going to adjust the opacity on the whole thing. So let's go ahead and go up to our brushes. Now this one, I'm going to use part of my texture brush pack. This is available on Gumroad. If you guys want to purchase it, you can. Leave the link down in the description below. But with these, you can use just any other texture in Procreate that you like. Personally, I like to use the paper texture on something like this. So that's the one we're going to use. If you go up there to texture, BJ Dell texture pack.
Which one did you say?
Paper.
Okay.
That's the one we're going to use. And let's go back here. I want to kind of play around. I'm not sure size-wise where I'm at. Probably, I'm thinking around, if you're following along with 1,000 by 1,000 and this brush, I would say around like 4%. I think is a good size. And then we're just going to kind of brush along the bottom of the chin. There you go. And then down this backside. So basically decided that the light source is going to come in from this top left-hand corner. So we've got shadows underneath here and then down the side as my Etsy notifications go off. So there we go. So we are good. All right, here it is, the moment you guys have been waiting for. I'm going to announce the winner of the iPad Pro and Apple Pencil giveaway. But before I do, I just want to thank everybody for submitting their suggestions for the name. I had over 4,000 comments on this video, so really appreciate your guys' feedback. That being said, there were some rules for the contest that people didn't follow. Saw a lot of comments that just said, hey, I want the iPad and this is what I would use it for, which wasn't how you entered the contest. I said in the video that you had to provide a name for the mascot. So I'm assuming a lot of people didn't even watch the video, they just hopped down to the comment section. Also, I know a lot of people didn't read the description either. There were rules in the description that said you could only submit one name. I saw a bunch of people submitting this name or this name or this name and attaching like 4 or 5 suggestions to one comment. Another rule in the description said leave your comment and that's it. Don't reach out to me through DM or PM or email or anything like that. And if you did, you're automatically disqualified. And I had a ton of people DM me on Twitter and on Instagram and email me saying, hey, can you pick me? I should win. So those people are automatically disqualified. They didn't read the rules. I also saw a lot of people with a bunch of likes. For some reason, they went back in and changed the name suggestion after people started voting for it, after people started giving it thumbs up, and they changed the name to something totally different, a name that those first people were not actually voting for. So unfortunately, those people weren't considered in the finalists. So without further ado, here's the 5 finalists in no particular order. First up, we've got The Prodigal Zun, who says, I think his name is B-Rush. You can call him Rush for short. Rush is the idea that he is quick and flexible to be what you want him to be. This is the vibe I got as you were creating him. You want him to be flexible. B-Rush because of BJ. He's your mini-me. You can also call him B.Rush Brush. I know his tail resembles a brush. So thanks for that submission. Next one up is Adrian, said Munch like Edvard Munch. Of course, the famous painter from the Scream painting. So I liked how that one was related to art as well. Third one up, Get Animated, says, how about Smudge? A useful Procreate tool for a critter who likes getting messy. We had a family of raccoons living near us who were collectively called Garbage for obvious reasons. Don't think that name suits this little guy though. So thanks for submitting that one, Get Animated. Next one up is Eric Robert Santos, says, Roby. I guess is a catchy name for your mascot. Since he is your mascot and will most likely represent your ideas, it is just right to include a part of your name with his. I'm not sure what that says, again, from the Philippines, so I'm not gonna mispronounce it. So thanks for that one, Eric. And last but not least, Altarf Aster. Hi there, thank you for this amazing opportunity. I was thinking about the name Arsayan, but why? I'm gonna explain the origin of the name and then goes on to explain the combination of different words to come up with this one single word. And the name that I went with, drumroll, I chose Get Animated with the suggestion of Smudge. I really, really love this name. Of course, it ties in to the art side of things. Plus, Smudge has that kind of raccoon feeling, just a little bit dirty, but in a cute way. And I really like it. One syllable, easy to say. It ties in on both levels, and it's just a great name. So thanks so much for everybody that submitted names. Congratulations, Get Animated. I think I found you on Facebook, so I'll be reaching out to you later on today. So definitely keep an eye on your messenger. And once again, thanks to everyone else. And now, back to Mrs. Dell. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is add shadows to the head. So let's go ahead and go up to our layers and go to the layer with the head. There we go. Go back up to your brush, on paper, and then just click on there. All right. Now, let's go ahead and make a new layer and hit the layer again, and let's go to clipping mask. And then with this, basically what we want to do is just go along the outside edge of the head like this.
Oh, that's really dark.
And that's okay if you get it too dark, because we can go ahead and adjust the opacity.
Okay.
So let's go up to the magic wand here, the adjustments, and go to opacity. And then if you just slide that to the left, it's gonna make it a little bit less dark. Just get it to wherever you like it. And
I like it there.
all right, just hit the brush. So there we go. We got the head shaded on that side. So now let's go up to our layers again. And we kind of want to shade in the inside part of the ear. So let's go ahead and go to the layer 4, the darker color there. Go ahead and hit plus. You can see this one, we're starting to get some crazy amounts of layers. That's why we went with the 1000 by 1000 pixel canvas. So let's go ahead and set this one to clipping mask. And then we're just going to go around on the inside top part. Am I on the right one? Oh, or actually we're on the other one. Sorry, this side.
I'm like, I don't see anything.
The left side. It's kind of along top. Not too big. You might want to adjust that down. Possibly, yeah. If it's too much, there you go. And just along the top there. There you go. Yep. There you go.
All right.
Then let's go up to the adjustments. Go to opacity, and then just slide that to the left so you get it a little less dark.
There we go.
Maybe a little bit more. There you go.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back up to layers. Go to the other one, the one we thought we started with, the darker brown of the ear.
Okay.
New layer. And set that to clipping mask. Then just do the same thing on this one. Then with this one too, we're going to kind of shade here along the side of the head, since that's going to give off shadow. There you go. You're pretty good there. All right, go up to opacity and drop that down just a little bit. There you go. Looks good.
Okay.
All right, go back up to your layers. Now, let's go ahead and go to the ear on that side, so the brighter yellow. Make a new layer. Oops. And set that one to clipping mask. And then we're just going to kind of color, starting here at the center and just kind of working our way out. And then go ahead and if you want to, I think that's pretty good. I don't even think you need to adjust the opacity on that one. I think that one looks pretty good. So there we go. All right, so we got the ears done there. Let's go ahead next and do the, what did we decide what they're called? Antlers? Yeah, those things. The antenna. Not so much.
Not so much.
All right, so let's go up to the line part of those. All right, and this one we might have to zoom in a little bit to see them.
What do I hit on this?
Nothing yet. I want to zoom in first. We'll go back up there for a second. There we go. Okay. Now on that, let's go ahead and this one we really don't need to. They're on the same one. Let's go ahead and make a new layer. And then set that one to clipping mask. Like I said, the reason that we're setting this to clipping mask rather than putting on alpha lock is just because you can adjust the opacity if you get it too dark. If you do it with the alpha lock, you're set. You can adjust opacity because it's going to adjust the base color too. So with this, we're just going to go along. It's going to have to be pretty small on the brush size. And we're just going to go along the bottom of that circle. And then same thing on the other side. All right, looks good. And then from here, if you want to adjust the opacity, you can. Maybe just a little bit, because that one's pretty dark. So go up to opacity, and then slide to the left. Mine are pretty good, so I'm not going to adjust them. Here, I could have used alpha lock if I wanted to, but all right. So let's go back up to our layers. Go up to the circles or oval part, new layer. Set this one to clipping mask. And then just kind of going along the backside, kind of following it the way that circle goes. Yep. And then the same thing on the other one. Okay. Now from here, we need to add in highlights eventually. I think we'll go ahead and add highlights here, just so we're on the same layer. So let's go ahead, because I think everything else is pretty shadowed in. So yeah, we're actually ready for highlights anyway. So now still staying on this layer, go up to your colors, and we're just going to pick that color that we did the snout with. There we go. And then we're just going to go along the other edge. Yep, same thing there. And then here as well, if you want to, you can just kind of do a little circle motion to kind of get some highlights there too. Kind of makes it a little bit more three-dimensional. All right, looks good. Zoom back out, kind of see what we're left with. Looking good. So now let's do some highlights on the ear. So this one over here, this one's not going to get highlights because it's hidden behind and it's got the shadow on it. So we want this ear over here, so the top yellow.
This one, layer 4?
Yep.
All right.
So let's go ahead and from here, it's up to you guys what you want to do. You could add the highlights to the shadow layer as well, or you could just go ahead and go in to, actually no, this one doesn't even have a shadow. So you would need to make a new layer here. So let's go ahead and hit the plus button. And we're going to set this one to clipping mask as well. And then we're just going to kind of go in on the top of this ear. Just kind of following that same curve that it has. Okay.
That's kind of rough.
If you want to pull back out, you might want to make a bigger brush, so adjust your brush size. There you go. And with this too, if you start like outside of the actual thing, you might be able to get more control and just kind of start bringing it down in. There you go. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
All right, cool. So bring it back out now. Let's go ahead and add some highlights then to the face. So going up to our layers again and finding our head. It's up towards the top. Click on that one. New layer. And touch that one again. Set that one in. Oh, actually, it's already going to set itself as clipping mask because we have a top clipping mask for the shadows. And then from here, once again, just kind of going outside here, kind of pulling in the shadow or the highlight down along the side of the face. All right. And same thing here, if you want to do like a round circle highlight, you can do that too, just to make it a little more three-dimensional. Okay. Next up is, let's go to the nostrils. So that's going to be what, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. The two circles. Yep. I think, is that? Nope, those are the antlers. So nostrils are actually all the way at the top. Very top. Layer 13. There we go. So this we're just going to go ahead and make a new layer again and set that to clipping mask. And for this, we want the color of the eye, so that really dark brown. And then for this, we're just going to go make it smaller here. We're just going to kind of go along the inside, following that curve of the circle. See it?
Yeah, I just didn't like it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that looks good. So let's make his eyes pop a little bit more now. So let's go back up to our layers. Let's go to layer 12, the eyes. And this one we're going to kind of cheat and make this super easy. So let's slide this one to the left and duplicate. And then we're going to select that layer, hit select, then go back up, to the layer that we got selected, the layer 12, go back there, and then touch that one again, and then fill layer. Now, just drag and drop that one below the eyes. There you go. Okay. So from here, what we want to do is we want to go up to our adjustments and go to your second option there, the blur, and then slide this to the right. You can see a little bit of a blur, and then maybe a little bit more to the right. There you go. And then go ahead and go to your arrow. And then we're just going to kind of pull up. We want freeform selected. We're just going to kind of pull up from the bottom. There we go. So we want the shadow to kind of be around the top. There you go. That's good. So go ahead and go up to your adjustments now and go to opacity. Just kind of probably slide it down just a tad bit to the left there. There you go. That looks good. Okay. Go ahead and go back up to layers now. And we're going to do the same thing, but we want some white around the bottom. So let's slide that top eyes.
Which one?
The top one. Yep, slide that to the left. And duplicate. Now let's drag that one down underneath the shadow one we just did. So the one that you're on there, just drag it down right there. Yep. Now touch that one and hit select. Go up to your colors and select that kind of cream color. Back to your layers again. Select that layer we're on and fill layer. All right, now we're going to go back up to adjustments. It's just doing the same thing that we did before, just with the different color. And then go to the blur and just slide the blur out. Enough that you can see it, but not too much, not too little. Maybe go back to the left a little bit. Keep going, keep going. Maybe about right there. All right, and then back up to your arrow. And then we're just gonna slide that one down from the top. We slid the other one down from the bottom. This one just sliding down from the top. There we go. Okay, looks good. Last thing I want to do is, number one, I get picky when I do my designs, and I'll get so far in design, I'll think, oh, okay, this needs change. I don't like this. So the thing I don't like right now is I don't like this mouth.
Okay.
I think it's the lines are just too thick. So the mouth is going to be the last thing we're going to do, and I'm going to delete that.
So that one?
Yeah, just slide that to the left. Let's delete that. The mouth it looks too big, so let's go ahead and redo that. Going back up to our colors here. I think it was that brown there in between the dark and the peach. And back up to our brushes. And this one was under calligraphy, and we used the mono line. And this is just me being picky, but you know, it was just too big. I want something more around that size. So almost all the way to the bottom. I don't know how thick yours is. Yours might be set up different. Let's see how big that line. I'd probably go smaller. Right about there. Yeah, I think mine's a little bit thinner, but when you do it, just sit and hold it down until it locks. Then you can let go. And then we did that line off to the side.
Nope.
All right, there we go. So now we just want to add a shadow into this, and we're gonna kind of cheat at this and make it super easy. And I totally did that on the wrong layer. Which one are you on? Can you turn that layer off? That little check mark, if you hit that, it's gonna turn it on and off. Okay. Yeah, turn it back on. So let's undo that mouth we just did, because we forgot to make a new layer. So let's make a new layer. I go ahead and hit the plus button and turn that layer back on with that check. Oops. Oh, keep hitting undo until that mouth keep going. One more time. One more time. One more time. There you go. Okay, go back up to your layers and make a new layer. This is going to be the mouth. So once again, let's try this again. Thanks for bearing with us, guys. Appreciate it. It's not a science, it's art. And a little line off to the side. There we go. Okay, so from here, what we want to do is go back up to our layers menu. And we're going to slide that one to the left, and we're going to duplicate it. And then this bottom one, touch that one again, select, go back up to your colors, and pick that really dark brown one. Go back to your layer, and then hit that one again, and then fill layer. All right, so now we've got a darker color underneath. So what we can do is go up to your adjustments, go to your blur, and slide that to the right. And this you want to be real slight. I got mine set at about 2.3. I think that's probably pretty good. Around like 2.5 or 3 for yours. Should be good. There you go. And then we're going to go to the arrow, and then we're just going to drag this down below. And remember, this we don't go ahead and let go. So go outside, yeah, because we're wanting to move the whole thing. So what you want to do is you want to do it to where there's not a gap in between. So this is going to be the shadow. So you want this to butt right up next to. So you want to go up. You want it to touch that mouth. Yep, right there. There you go. And then with yours, I would go ahead and go up to the opacity now. Go to adjustments and just adjust the opacity down a little bit more because it's blending in a little bit too much. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to go to our eraser.
This one?
Next
Nope,
one
this
over.
one.
Yep.
Okay.
So touch that one, and let's see. Let's just go to Yeah, just actually, let's go to airbrushing. Soft airbrush is fine, and then we're just going to go around the top
Of
right there. So like if there's any overlapping on the top, I'm not sure on yours if there's overlapping, but we want the shadow underneath. So yeah, any parts there. Okay, that looks good. So there's our finished giraffe. Let's go ahead and throw some colors in here behind him. Go up to your, I don't have this in the color palette, but if we just go up to the wheel here, let's just go to a green and just pick a fun green, whatever green color you like. There, and then that's your base color, but then you need to then slide this color. So this is your actual color that you're on. So if you slide that up, if you like that color.
I like that one.
Okay, so we got that. Go back up to your brushes now, and let's go to my texture brushes, and the next one down, plant. The one selected there. Oh, one more time. There we go. Click back on your canvas, and then back up to layers. Go all the way to the neck. There you go. Click on that. Hit plus for a new layer. Then we need to drag this underneath the neck. All right. Then make your brush as big as possible. And then with this, just start in from the side and just go like that.
Nothing.
Go back up to your layers. Let's see if something's messed up here. And looks like, okay, looks like you're good.
Click on it again.
Click on your canvas again and go ahead and press down harder.
Ah.
There you go. And just pull it as you go. There we go. A super easy plant background layer with just using that one texture brush. That's why I love those texture brushes.
That's pretty great.
There you go. What do you think? A finished
I love him. His name is Gino.
Gino.
He will be Italian and love lasagna much like me.
All right, guys, so that's it for another episode with my special guest. If we continue this, we're going to have to come up with a name for this. What are we going to call? Is it going to be a series? What are we going to call this?
Mrs. Dell tries to draw circles.
There you go. Mrs. Dell tries to draw circles.
Thank you.
Tries.
I had so much fun.
So thanks for watching once again, guys. Congratulations to the winner of the iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil. If you guys missed that, it's in the center of the video because I want you guys to watch the video. So I'm not going to put it at the beginning or the end. You got to find it. So if you guys liked today's video, show Mrs. Dell some love. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications too, so you can get alerted when we post new videos like the one you see today. There might be more coming. The response has been pretty good so far, so I think we're going to make this a new regular thing, and she's going to become the next great artist, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
As for me, I can be found online, bjdell.com, as well as on Instagram and Twitter at bjdell. Also, hop on over to wherever you listen to podcasts at. Check out the new podcast, Make Money With Your Art, available on all the major podcast networks. New episodes drop every Monday. So that's it for us, and until next time, keep creating.